Good morning, afternoon, everyone. Today we are looking at a critical challenge for Fabapalooza: how to move from simply observing customer churn to actively turning it into profit. Our goal is straightforward. We know losing customers impacts our bottom line. Today, I'm going to walk you through a data-driven approach to predict who is leaving, and more importantly, how we can optimize our retention budget to target the right people at the right time. Let's start with the core business problem. Startups and growing companies like Fabapalooza face high churn rates. Every client we lose is not just a lost record, it is lost future revenue. However, we face a resource dilemma. We know that retention outreach is expensive. Specifically, it costs us €20,000 per intervention. Because our budget is limited, we simply cannot contact everyone. To build this solution, we utilized customer records spanning from 2010 to 2025. To ensure our predictions hold up in the real world, we didn't just split the data randomly. We used a time-based split. We trained the models on all history before 2025. We tested the models on customers in 2025. This mimics real-life forecasting, using the past to predict the future. We also used five-fold cross-validation to ensure our results are robust and not just a fluke. We developed and tested three distinct models, each with a different personality. Logistic regression. This is our baseline. It's linear, interpretable, and generally conservative. Boosted trees. This model is complex and aggressive. It's designed to detect nonlinear hidden patterns in the data. Random forest. Think of this as the balanced approach. It's stable and creates a strong ranking of customers. We balance two opposing risks: missing actual churners versus wasting budget on false alarms. This is the tug of war between sensitivity and specificity. Ultimately, our goal isn't just accuracy. It is finding the sweet spot that balances these costs to maximize Fabapalooza's profit. So, how did they perform? Let's look at the metrics. Logistic regression was very conservative. It had high specificity, 0.90, meaning it rarely raised a false alarm. However, with a sensitivity of only 0.24, it missed the vast majority of churners. It plays it safe, but leaves money on the table. Boosted trees went the other direction. It was the most aggressive, catching the most churners, sensitivity 0.54, but it also flagged many loyal customers as risks, lower precision. Random forest struck a balance. It offered comparable sensitivity to the boosted trees, but with slightly better stability. Accuracy is nice, but financial impact is what matters. We calculated the expected profit for each model using a simple formula: probability of churn times customer spend minus the €20,000 retention cost. This allows us to rank customers not just by risk, but by ROI. We specifically looked at the profit curve, calculating how much money we make if we contact the top K% of risky customers. Here is the financial verdict on a test set of 1,248 customers. Logistic regression. Because it was too shy, it suggested contacting only 13% of customers. This resulted in a profit of €2.13 million. Boosted trees. Being more aggressive, it suggested contacting 35% of the base, jumping our profit to €4.89 million. Random forest. This was the winner. By targeting roughly 41% of our customers, about 512 people in this sample, it generated a maximum profit of €5.91 million. So how do we decide? It depends on Fabapalooza's strategic priority. If the goal is purely cost reduction and avoiding specific retention spend, logistic regression is the safest choice, but you will lose revenue from missed churners. If the goal is maximum churn capture regardless of cost, boosted trees is the way to go. However, if the goal is optimizing profit and balancing risk, random forest is clearly superior. To make our final recommendation, we have to look at the nature of Fabapalooza's business. We are not running a clinical study where a single false negative could cost a life, nor are we building a bomb detection system where safety is the only metric that matters. Fabapalooza is a normal business with a clear goal: optimizing profit. We can afford some error if the overall financial outcome is positive. Because of this, we don't need the extreme caution of logistic regression or the aggressive risk-taking of boosted trees. We need the option that balances the books best. Therefore, we recommend deploying the random forest model. It generates the highest economic value, 5.91 million euros, surpassing the other models by over €1 million. Our recommended strategy: target the top 41% of risky customers, approximately 512 people. This approach maximizes expected profit under our specific cost structure. It provides the strongest protection of future revenue without wasting budget on low-risk clients. By choosing random forest, Fabapalooza chooses the most financially beneficial retention strategy available. Thank you very much for your time, and happy holidays.